Welcome back to Chair Pilates with Louise. We're going to start today's session with a little bit of a focus on neck tension. Since some of you have quite a lot of stress or anxiety and this promotes you to shrug shoulders up, let's work on releasing some of the tension that you get across your neck, and hopefully this gets you a little bit more of a relief during the day. So for this, we're going to start with what we call CARs, or controlled articular rotations. So I want you to think about lifting your spine upright off the back of your chair and coming to sit on the very base of your pelvis. Now you're going to take your arms by your sides, and I want you to think about rotating your palms forwards towards me. From this point, draw your shoulders from your ears and start to create a fist, scrunching up your fingers. Now I want you to really irradiate some tension, so reach the arms away from your shoulders. Really think about drawing them down towards the ground. You should feel like you're switching on this chest and back. Start to flatten your tummy. Think about turning on the belt of muscles over your hip bones. From this point, you're going to drop your chin to your chest, take a deep breath in, and start to roll your ear along a round collar neck towards the side of your shoulder and feel this nice stretch. Take a deep breath in, roll back to the center. Go the other way, exhale, roll the ear along the round collar neck towards the side of the shoulder. Reach the arms away from the shoulder blades. Inhale, roll to center. Do that a few times. Really think about lengthening your arms, creating some tension running from your shoulder joint all the way to your palm. And really feel the stretch starting to happen. Now if you feel comfortable, you could roll a larger circle, rolling all the way around your round collar neck. You could take it in one way and then the other, provided that you don't lift your shoulders up as you do this or feel any tension or pain in the back of your neck. So move really slowly here, allowing the chin to lift up towards the ceiling and roll back to chest. Once we've done this a few times, we're going to come back to the center, relax the arms, and then float the head on upright. Now we're going to take one hand, place it on the side of the head, just above the earlobe. You're not going to push your hand into your head, but I do want you to think about the weight of the arm helping to gently release your ear towards the side of the shoulder. Feel that the stretch is occurring here and relax this shoulder down. Just the weight of the arm is resting on the side of your head. You start to feel this nice stretch. You can close your eyes if you need to. This hand is going to reach away from the body. Flexing the palm that's bending at the wrist and pushing down will start to make that stretch bigger. Oh, that feels nice. You can hold this for your 5 breaths. Just think about the nice stretch running down the side of your neck. Push the palm down into the ground, lengthen the arm away. Good, take a deep breath in and out. Let's relax that arm to spaghetti. We're going to take the eye line and rotate down to look underneath your armpit. And rest your hand now on the back of your head. Don't push your head down, just relax the chin to the chest and feel the back of the neck stretch now. To make this bigger again, we're going to reach the arm away, flex the palm and push down to make the stretch bigger. Good. Feel this nice stretch occurring at the back of the neck now. Breathe in and out nice and deeply for your 5 breaths. Good. Beautiful. Last breath in and out. We're going to let this arm go to spaghetti. We're going to release the hand that's resting on the top of the head. It comes back down to your side. We're going to roll the chin to the chest and then gently lift the head. Let's do the other side. Placing the hand on the side of the head, just above the earlobe. Now we're just relaxing the arm here. We're not pushing the head down. Relax the shoulder from the ear. Take a nice deep breath in and gently let your ear drop towards your shoulder. Good. Feel the side of the neck opening, getting a nice stretch. We're going to take a deep breath in. Reach the arm away, flex the palm and push down to get that neck stretch. Oh, it feels so good. Good, lovely. Let's count our 5 breaths. Really focus on stretching the side of your neck. Just be really gentle with this hand on the top of the head. Don't push it down. Just let the weight of the arm do the work. Let's let this arm go to spaghetti. We're then going to turn the eye line to look under the armpit. Place the hand on the back of the head now. Take a deep breath in. Just let the chin drop further to chest. Start to feel the stretch at the back of the neck. Taking the arm out to the side, flexing the palm and pushing down. Oh, we get a slightly different neck stretch here. Take a deep breath in and out, just focus on the stretch. Lovely work. Beautiful. One last breath in and out. Let this arm go to spaghetti. Relax this arm down. Roll the chin towards the chest. Take a deep breath in and lift your chest upright. Good. Now let's look at some upper back mobility. We're going to be doing a little bit of work to connect to the upper back and then stretching. So we're going to bring the hands into this stop sign position. Hands are face height, elbows are softly relaxed. Now your shoulders begin away from your earlobes. You don't want them to have them scrunched up here, particularly when we've released the neck. And the neck is nice and loose. The head is floating upright off the sternum, and I want you to take a breath in and lift your pelvic floor. And as you do this, your sternum is going to be pulled gently forwards, but up. So you lift your rib cage over your hips and you define your waist. Your buttocks is on the chair, so don't lift your bum off, and try to keep your hip line level. Good. Focus on flattening your abdominals across that belt line now, and keep your spine in a nice neutral position. Don't arch your lower back. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, we're going to draw the shoulder blades down our back and draw the elbows into the waistline. Now you should feel your middle back switch on, and you should feel a rainbow starting to be drawn from one palm over your collarbone, where your sternum is being pulled forwards and up, and to the opposite palm. And then you're going to inhale, bring the hands back to face height. From the side, I'll show you. Keeping the spine in this nice neutral position, we're going to exhale, glide the shoulder blades down our back, drawing into that waistline beneath the rib cage. Elbows to the sides. See that rainbow occur, and then inhale, hands to face height. Exhale, and inhale. So you're feeling it really here, right in the middle of your back, where the shoulder blades are gliding down into a V shape, into your waistline, between your waist and your hips, where there are no bones. So we want to keep the buttocks on the chair, we want to keep the belt line level, the abdominals flattening here. We're keeping the back from arching through the lumbar spine, and we want to think about connecting to the upper back. You can also do these standing upright against the wall, and that might give you a little bit more feedback of feeling the shoulder blades gliding down. We're utilising our trapezius muscle, the middle fibre, which is the widest, and this is a really important muscle for postural training. Let's do 2 and 1. Lovely. Relax by bringing the shoulders back to their starting position. Bring the hands now to wrap around the base of a very large tree or a beach ball. Now you're going to take a deep breath in, still lift your pelvic floor and your sternum, and think about exhaling to switch on those tummy muscles once more. We're going to take a deep breath in and drop our chin to look down. Now as we open up the back of the neck, we're then going to exhale, flattening through the belly as we pull the fingertips away from the chest and start to feel the shoulder blades widen at the back of the body, rounding over this beach ball. Then we're going to inhale, lift by floating the fingers back to the chest and the chin upright once more. I'll show you from the side your hugger tree. Keep the elbows out to the side. We're going to inhale, drop chin to chest, exhale, pull away and round. Good, a lovely opening at the back of the body. Inhale to release. You want to lift upright to that nice neutral spine. Exhale, drop chin to chest. Pull the fingers away and round over your beach ball, widening your shoulders. Inhale to lift. Good, let's do 2. Chin to chest, exhale. And inhale. Let's do 1 more. Use that belly, exhale. And inhale, lift. Good, relax the arms down, have a little break. Well done. So turning to the side, we're going to do some pelvic tilting and some clock work for our lumbar spine and our pelvis relationship. So we're now looking at just mobilizing and getting a little bit of fluid into the lumbar spine itself. Hands can rest on your thighs or on your hip bones, whatever you'd like. I want you to think about your pelvis as being a bowl of water, okay? When you're sitting upright, the bowl is trying to be level as much as possible and not spill any water out of the sides. So if you place your hands on your hip bones, take a nice soft breath in and lift your pelvic floor. Exhale, flattening those abdominals from hip bone to hip bone in front. We switch on this corset muscle. Now on your next breath out, you're gently going to tilt your bowl of water forwards, as if you were trying to draw the water over the front lip, which is where your belly button is, and down between your thighs. releasing a little bit of water. Some of you may find that this creates a lot of pressure in your lower back and it's quite uncomfortable. Make a little note that that range might need to be a little limited. Then you're going to inhale, bring your water bowl back to balanced in the center. And then on the exhale, we're going to tilt the bowl backwards, as if we were trying to just release a little bit of water now over the back seam of our trousers, our belt line, and down onto the seat of the chair. Good. Some of you might feel that this feels a little bit more natural for you if you're sway back like I am, and that's the type of posture. Then we're going to inhale, bring the bowl back to balanced. Again, look at how my ribs are over my hips in this nice balanced bowl position. And then exhale, gently tilt the bowl forwards, only moving to the point which is comfortable, no pain, no discomfort. Then we inhale, bring the bowl back to center, and then exhale, tilt the bowl back. Now you can see I place my hand on my belly button, one in my lower back, and that helps me to find the relationship between the front and the back line, as we would call it, or the pelvis and the lumbar spine. So inhale in the middle and exhale, tilt forwards. Inhale, tilt into center, and then exhale, tilt back. Good. Come back to the middle point, where the water is not spilling over your front belt line or your belly button, or over your back belt line and onto the seat of the chair. You're in the middle and the bowl is balanced and full. Now I want you to imagine you're going to make a tornado, a whirlpool. You're going to try and circle the water along the front rim of your bowl around to the back rim. So placing the hands on the pelvis, keeping that lift of pelvic floor and abdominals. I want you to see if you can circle your pelvis on the seat of your chair. And notice what happens to your rib cage once you find your rhythm. So you can notice here my rib cage naturally drops back and I come into that rolled back posture. And then as I come forwards, my pelvis naturally tilts forwards and I get a little arch in my lumbar spine. So try and find your pelvic movement in this clock, taking nice soft breaths in and out. Now once you've found a little bit of fluid movement, come to the center and then try and reverse the circle. It will feel a little bit sticky for the first few, and it might take you a couple of rotations along that rim of the bowl to find a nice fluid or fairly fluid movement which feels a little bit more comfortable. Good. Let's do two more. Good. And last one. Come back to the center. Beautiful. Now let's do a little bit of hip hitching in lateral flexion. So I'm going to turn to the front. So hip hitching is lifting one hip up and dropping one hip down. Now for some of you, it will feel really natural because you probably lift one hip when you walk. If you've got any hip, knee or ankle issues, you tend to hip hike, as we call it. Now we want to move away from that movement pattern when we're moving, so we're going to just become a little bit aware of it here before we take it away and move into side bending or lateral flexion. So I want you to imagine your hip bones are level, you've got a nice level belt line. Now I want you to take a nice deep breath in, lifting the pelvic floor and focusing on switching on the abdominals. Imagine you're trying to lift one hip up towards your shoulder as you drop one hip down. There you go. Notice I had to lift my heel off and lift my knee up to get my hip to lift. Good. In this position, you're hip hiking one hip higher, and you can see my belt line is skewed. I want to drop the hip back down so the buttocks is on the chair and my foot can reach the mat or the floor. Try it on the other side. On an exhale, try and lift one hip up as you drop one hip to the side. Notice my shoulders also go mis-level. We want to reconnect. We want to drop the hip back and bring the shoulders level. Try it once more each side. Lifting up, hip hiking. You notice I drop the shoulder on one side and I lean over. I want to try and not do that here. So as I hip hike, you notice the shoulder moves in relation to the hip, in relation to the pelvis and the back itself. Come back to center. Shoulders level, belt line level. Now we're going to keep our belt line as level as possible, keep our buttocks on the chair and our feet on the ground. Have your hands either side of you. Take a nice deep breath in, and on the exhale start to reach down the side of your chair. Now try and keep your hip bones level. As you reach on down, you'll notice that you're closing your ribs to hip on one side, your obliques, and you're opening up your obliques on one side to get a stretch. Push your elbow up, and then inhale, slide back to the middle. Check your belt is still level. Reach on down, exhale, running your hand down the side of the chair, closing your rib to hip on one side, opening your ribs on one side, pushing your elbow up. Inhale to center. Make it bigger by reaching on down. Exhale. As you push the elbow up, you can reach the arm overhead. Good. Keep your belt level, your buttocks on the chair. Then come back to center. Inhale. Take it to the other side. Reach on down. Push the elbow up. Exhale. Keep the buttocks on the chair for me. And then reach over. Good. So what we're trying to stretch is quadratus lumborum, which is at the base of your pelvis either side. So keeping the hips fairly level, you get a nice side stretch and then an oblique stretch, and also you get the stretch in the quadratus lumborum, QLs. Let's do one more. Good, come back to center. To make the stretch larger, I'm now going to place the opposite hand onto the opposite hip bone. So now, without supporting the hand on the side of the chair, I'm going to reach up and over to get my side stretch, and I can really count on keeping the pelvis level, the buttocks on the chair, because I'm using the weight of my arm resting on my belt line, and I'm now getting a deeper stretch. And I'm going to undo that and take it to the other side. Place the hand on the hip bone, press it down, reach the other hand up, exhale over. Oh, a lovely side bend. And then come back to center. Relax and switch off and break. So now we're going to do some work for our hips and our glutes, and then do some rolling for spinal mobility. So we're going to sit towards the front edge of the chair. We want to lift the spine upright, sitting on the very sit bones at the base of the pelvis. Our back is not resting on the back of the chair. You want to use those muscles to lift you upright. From this point, relax the shoulders, take your soft breath in through your short straw and lift your pelvic floor, squeezing front and back passage to lift. Exhale to focus on the abdominals, flattening at the front of your pelvis from hip bone to hip bone, and your hip bones are drawing close together. You're going to bring your hands onto your hip bones, and I want you to think about lifting up off your heels onto the very ball of your foot, lifting your arches away. Good. From this point, we're going to bring our knees and feet together, and we're going to keep pressed into the ball of the foot. Good. From here, keeping those abdominals done, up tight, we're going to press the heels together, and then exhale, open up the knees towards the sides of the room. Stay lifted through the spine, and then close, inhale. Squeeze the heels, exhale to open, and inhale to close. Good. Lifting the sternum, shoulders down, squeeze the heels, exhale, open, and inhale, close. Press the inside of the sole of the foot together, and think about squeezing heels, and feel your glutes start to switch on as you push the knees to externally rotate the legs at the hip joint. We're going to finish with some upper back extension work, standing upright against a wall or a piece of furniture that's not going to move. So I'm going to place my feet hip width, standing to face the wall, and place my hands about chest height, palms pressing into the wall. Now I want to draw the shoulder blades down and lift the sternum, making sure that I take the time to switch on through the pelvic floor and the abdominals. Now I want you to imagine taking a nice soft breath in. You're going to be moving at the upper back area where we feel the stop sign exercise from our beginning work in the chair. So from this point, soft knees, we're going to exhale and gently drop the chin towards the chest to lengthen, open the back of the neck. Now I'm going to take a nice soft breath in and begin to roll my nose along the edge of the furniture as if I'm lifting it up to lift my eye line towards the top edge of the cupboard. I'm going to stop and keep looking down the tip of my nose with my eyes. At this point, I'm going to exhale, start to draw the shoulder blades down my back, a little bit deeper than my stop signs exercise, and I want to stop my lumbar spine from arching. So I'm going to draw the tailbone down towards the ground. You don't want to tilt your pelvis forwards. You want the sensation of your sternum being pulled up and forwards as if you're gently trying to lean over the back of your belt line, drawing your shoulder blades down, peeling your chest away from the cupboard. Then take your soft breath in and gently drop your ribs towards your hips in front to bring your eye line to look directly in front of your nose. Then on the exhale, we're going to drop the chin towards the chest, open up the back of the neck, round over our cervical spine, which is here. Take a nice soft breath in and again start to roll our nose along the edge of the cupboard as if we're rolling a marble towards the top edge here. We're going to stop where the chin softly lifts, but we're going to look down the tip of the nose with the eyes. Then keeping the knees bent, the tailbone drawing down, We're going to exhale, start to draw the shoulders down our back, drawing into the waistline, beneath the rib cage, as we gently lift the sternum up and forwards, coming into that nice upper back extension. You're not arching through your lower back, you're not lifting or tilting your pelvis forwards, you're trying to keep your lumbar spine in neutral. Then we're going to inhale, gently drop the ribs towards the hips in front to bring our eyes and nose to look directly ahead. Then exhale, roll the chin to the chest, open up the back of the neck and get a nice stretch. Let's do one more. Inhale, roll the nose along the edge of the cupboard, roll the marble towards the edge, top line. Look down the tip of your nose for me here as the chin gently lifts. As you exhale, draw the shoulder blades down your back, drawing into the waistline beneath the rib cage. Don't arch through your lower back. Keep your tailbone drawing down. Keep your pelvis in neutral. Take a nice soft breath in and then drop the ribs towards the hips. Look eyeline and nose into the cupboard ahead. Then exhale, roll the chin to the chest. Round over your neck, get a lovely neck stretch here, and then gently release. Beautiful, well done. So we're going to finish our session there today. I hope you enjoyed it and you join me next week for a little bit more Pilates with Lou.